Hey everyone, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel, Never Out of Books. And let us all celebrate the fact that I am home alone today. It's so wonderful. I haven't been alone in so long, and I just woke up from a lovely nap, and it's all wonderful. And even better, I have a book haul. I have not bought a lot of books this year, maybe because I can't browse in the same way. I don't know, who knows why, but now I have some books, so I will share them with you. I have 3 paperbacks here. Julia London's The Billionaire in Boots. So I have the second one of this series, and it just popped into my head how much I actually love Julia London. She normally writes historical romance, and these are not. And I also saw like this cute little puppy on the cover and said, well, why not? Let's buy the first book. So I did. I also saw these 2 books in the Untraceable series by Laura Griffin, Unspeakable and Unforgivable. I think the first book really is Untraceable. I do not have it, but I can get it on Hoopla. And a couple of years ago, I read one of the books in this series, and I thought it was fantastic. These are romantic suspense, and have been wanting to read the whole series. So this is part of my doing that because not all of them are available to me. I also won a book from an author, which I thought was really cool. And it is a cozy mystery, and it is called Quiche of Death by Mary Lee Ashford. So thank you so much for sending this to me. I cannot wait to read it. This is the 3rd book in the Sugar and Spice Mysteries. I haven't read the first 2, so I will definitely grab those before I read this one. They are Game of Scones and Risky Biscuits. So A+ for the titles, I will say that. I'm very much looking forward to this, and I never win anything, so it's like just triply sweet to me. And I can't wait. I'm like so tickled by this. I grabbed Starry Eyes by Jen Bennett. I think most of these are from Book Outlet. I did an order at some point. But this is a contemporary romance, young adult. I think this has a like sort of stranded trope, which I tend to like. So again, another one I'm looking very much forward to. I grabbed The Hummingbird Dagger by Cindy Anstey. So she is an author I've read a couple of books from, and she reminds me very much of the old school Zebra Regency romances that I used to read. And this is her, I think it's like more of a romantic suspense. They are young adult, and I can't find it at my library, and I've really been wanting to read it. And even if I could find it at my library, again, my library is not open still, and it is almost September. So I bought it because what other option is there? There really isn't one. And it was, I believe it was at Book Outlet. So of course I didn't pay, a huge amount of money for it. I grabbed The Night the Lights Went Out by Karen White. Although it looks historical in nature, I think it is a modern book. I don't think it's like set in the 1940s like I want to believe in the cover. But the mixture of genres, even though I, do like romantic suspense, this is not romantic suspense. This is like women's fiction thriller, and that's a bit different. And so I was intrigued. I grabbed another Mary Kay Andrews in The Weekenders, which I have a ton of books by her that I've been wanting to read. I don't know why I never get to them. So this is, I think, more women's fiction than, I don't think it's very funny. Do like her books, so we'll see if I like this one. I grabbed The Gallery by Laura Marks Fitzgerald. This is a middle grade, and it's a mystery, which is kind of how I like my middle grade. And it is set in the 1920s, and I think like it's fun because the font looks like, with Fitzgerald, like it looks like F. Scott Fitzgerald's redo some of the fonts on him, some of his books. Then I became even more intrigued by the An Invisible Library series. Now, I don't have the first one. I think it's like the second and the fourth, so I'll be looking for the other ones in the series. But they are The Masked City and The Lost Plot. From what I'm gathering, this is alternate reality. And there might actually be real dragons, so they're also fantasy? I don't know, but I was kind of intrigued by reading the backs, and it's funny because they have the same characters, but they're in different times and places, so maybe there's some time travel. I'm not really sure, but they're librarians that are powerful, and I love alternate history. I love all of that, so I was anticipating the fact that I probably won't be able to get out of the house much this winter, and I bought these. And now I need to find the rest of the series. I grabbed The Lady Rogue by Jen Bennett. This is the same Jen Bennett who wrote Starry Eyes and those contemporaries, but this is a young adult fantasy. And they find this ring that belonged to Vlad the Impaler and kind of get involved in some sort of something in that way. And I'm assuming there's some sort of romance in it as well. But I was like, Vlad the Impaler? Well, how intriguing is that? I can't resist. And then on the goofy side of things, actually I've had this book on my wish list for a very long time. It is nonfiction, and it is The Big Necessity, The Unmentionable World of Human Waste and Why It Matters by Rose George. Because this is my little preteen boy coming out, and I think that this sort of thing is hilarious and yet very interesting. So I grabbed this. And so that is that. I still have hopes by the end of the year to be able to fit my books comfortably on my shelves. We will see how that goes as life continues to go on here in 2020 America. And I will talk to you all again later. Bye.